At Uncle Boogie Productions, we cover stories of true crime, mystery, history, and the unexplained. Today, we are going to take a look into the life of Luigi Nicholas Mangione, a man whose journey from privilege to infamy has left a nation divided. Born into a world of wealth and promise, his path twisted through pain and resentment, culminating in a chilling act that shocked the streets of New York City. Was he a cold-blooded killer, or a vigilante striking back at a system that failed him? Luigi Nicholas Mangione came into the world on May 6, 1998, in Towson, Maryland, a serene suburb just north of Baltimore. His parents, Kathleen Zanino and Louis Mangione, were a couple rooted in the Italian-American fabric of the region, their lives intertwined with a family name that carried weight. The Mangiones were no ordinary family. They were a dynasty, their influence stretching across Baltimore like the roots of an ancient tree. Luigi's paternal grandfather, Nicholas Mangione, had been the architect of this empire. A successful businessman, he fathered 10 children, 5 sons and 5 daughters, and watched his legacy grow through 37 grandchildren, Luigi among them. One of those grandchildren, Nino Mangione, would later rise to prominence as a member of the Maryland House of Delegates. When Nicholas Mangione's died, it did not stop the family empire. His children stepped into his shoes, taking the reins of a sprawling portfolio. The Mangione name adorned Hayfields Country Club and Turf Valley Resort, elegant retreats for the elite. Lorien Health Services, a healthcare enterprise that promised care and compassion. WCBM, a radio station that shaped local discourse. And the family lives on through the Mangione Family Foundation, a charitable arm that polished their public image. This was a family of power, of prestige, of possibility. Luigi, the youngest of 3 siblings with 2 older sisters, was born into this world of abundance, a child of privilege in a lineage that seemed untouchable. His early years unfolded against this backdrop of affluence. The Mangiones' wealth opened doors, and Luigi walked through them with ease. He attended the Gilman School for Boys, a prestigious private institution in Baltimore where tuition today exceeds $37,000 a year. At Gilman, he was more than just another rich kid. He was exceptional, athletic, bright, and social. He wrestled, played soccer, and ran track, his athletic frame cutting through the competition. Classmates like Race Saunders and Freddie Leatherberry remember him as a study buddy with a quick wit, a friend who balanced discipline with charm. He wasn't political, they say, but he was ambitious, a dreamer who saw technology as a force to change the world. In 2016, he graduated as valedictorian. His speech echoed with the confidence of a bright and talented young man. He was accepted into University of Pennsylvania, a fitting stage for Luigi's talents. He earned both a bachelor's and a master's degree in computer engineering, a field he'd flirted with since high school, when he taught himself to code and built a mobile app about flying paper airplanes. At Penn, he joined Eta Kappa Nu, an honor society for the top tier of engineering students, and spent a summer as a head counselor at Stanford, mentoring the next generation. In a 2018 interview, later erased from the internet, he spoke of creating games, of wielding technology to reshape the world. In 2020, Luigi Mangione crossed a significant milestone, graduating cum laude from the University of Pennsylvania with not 1, but 2 prestigious degrees. He earned a Bachelor of Science in Engineering, BSE, in the field of computer engineering, complemented by a minor in mathematics that showcased his analytical prowess. He also secured a Master of Science in Engineering, MSE, in Computer and Information Science, with a graduate focus honed on the cutting-edge realm of artificial intelligence. His time at Penn wasn't just about academics, though. As an undergraduate, from May 2016 to August 2017, he stepped into the gaming world as a UI programming intern at Firaxis Games, contributing to the acclaimed video game Civilization VI. After graduation, Luigi's career took flight remotely, working as a data engineer for TrueCar from November 2020 until sometime in 2023, a role that kept him tethered to the digital landscape even as his personal life began to unravel. After college, Luigi's life veered off course, not from a lack of drive, but from a severe chronic back pain. He sought escape in a surfing community in Hawaii, trading Maryland's suburbs for ocean waves. For a moment he was free, until the pain caught up. His roommate, R.J. Martin, saw it firsthand. Luigi, once so vital, now grounded, unable to surf, hike, or even play volleyball. It wasn't just his body that suffered. His mind bore the weight, too. Online, traces of his struggle emerge. A Reddit account, believed to be his, vented about brain fog and endless ache. On Goodreads, under his name and photo, he logged reading Crooked Outwitting the Back Pain Industry in 2022. Mangione also posted review of Ted Kaczynski's Industrial Society and its future, criticizing Kaczynski about his violence against innocent people and that he was, quote, rightfully imprisoned, unquote. Surgery hadn't saved him. The healthcare system, he began to believe, had betrayed him. Luigi started calling health insurance companies parasitic, leeches that profited while people languished. His pain wasn't just a personal battle. It was creating a growing rage at corporate America. He read, he wrote, he simmered. And then, on a cold December day in 2024, he acted. It was the early hours of December 4, 2024. Brian Thompson, the 50-year-old CEO of United Healthcare, stepped out of a hotel and onto the sidewalk. Thompson was not just visiting New York City. He was there to attend the annual investors meeting for United Health Group, United Healthcare's parent company, a high-stakes gathering of corporate power. Then, in an instant, gunfire shattered the morning air in front of the New York Hilton Midtown Hotel. Bullets tore through Brian Thompson's leg and back, dropping him to the pavement in a pool of blood. A grainy security video captured the moment Thompson was shot and killed. Authorities later learned he'd arrived in New York on a bus from Atlanta. At the scene, investigators found something chilling: spent shell casings and an ejected cartridge, each marked with a single word: delay, deny, depose. Words tied to the 3 Ds of insurance. This implied that this was no random act. This potentially was a targeted hit. In the insurance world, delay, deny, depose, a mantra critics say defines how companies like United Healthcare dodge paying claims, leaving policyholders to fend for themselves. Hours after the killing, the suspect surfaced again, spotted at a bus terminal, but then seemed to vanish. For 5 days, the nation held its breath. Then, on December 9th, in Altoona, Pennsylvania, the trail ended at a McDonald's parking lot. Luigi Mangione, now 26, sat in custody. The evidence was damning. A 3D printed pistol with a suppressor matching the murder weapon. A notebook seething with hatred for the health insurance industry, calling them parasites who had it coming. An American passport. Fake IDs, including one used at a Manhattan hostel. Federal agents pieced it together. Luigi had stalked Thompson, planned the hit, built the gun himself. The legal storm hit and hit fast. In New York, Luigi faced 11 state charges: first-degree murder in furtherance of terrorism, second-degree murder, and more. Life without parole if convicted. Federally, murder and stalking, with the death penalty looming. Pennsylvania added forgery and gun charges. He pleaded not guilty to the state counts. The federal plea remains pending. As of April 1st, 2025, he resides in a Brooklyn detention center. His lawyers, Karen Friedman Agnifilo and Avraham Moskowitz, are fighting the charges. The court dates are constantly shifting. The next federal hearing is set for April 18, 2025, with a state hearing in June. Evidence is mounting: body cam footage, surveillance, cell data, autopsy reports, DNA, while prosecutors and defense spar over its validity. Also, his defense is arguing the arrest was flawed: illegal search, Miranda rights violated, DNA taken without consent. They seek to suppress the gun, the notebook, all of it. Is the defense going to claim he was framed? No trial date is set, but the stakes are clear: freedom, life, or death. Luigi Mangione has become something of a folk hero to some. Letters flood in, tens of thousands, from across the US, also from around the globe. His website's team says he reads every one of his letters, and that he is grateful for the support. A single $30,000 anonymous donation lands in his defense fund in March 2025. Free Luigi shirts spread. Protests flare outside courthouses. Polls split the public. Older folks see a monster. Younger, left-leaning voices hail a hero, a man who struck at a system that's hurt them too. His pain, they say, mirrors theirs. Then there's the bizarre. His courtroom fashion, a burgundy Nordstrom sweater dubbed Mangione Merino. It sold out after his December 2024 court appearance. His bare ankles and brown loafers spark a viral frenzy in February 2025, searches surging 1,400% worldwide. Criminologist Diana Rickard calls him a folk hero and fashion folk hero, a figure woven into the cultural fabric. This is more than a murder case, it's a phenomenon. So where does this leave us? As of today, April 2nd, 2025. Luigi Mangione waits in custody, his fate a question mark. Will he walk free, a symbol of defiance, or face life or death for Thompson's murder? Brian Thompson's family grieves, protesters chant, lawyers strategize, and a nation watches, with some torn between justice and empathy. Is this story bigger than just Luigi Mangione? Or is it also about healthcare's failures, justice's burden, and a system being pushed to its breaking point? When the verdict comes, it'll echo beyond the courtroom. What are your thoughts about Luigi Mangione, villain or victim, guilty or justified? Share your thoughts below, and please like, share, and subscribe. At Uncle Boogie Productions, we'll keep digging because stories like Luigi's don't end, they evolve. Thank you for watching.